What's up, Smashers? It's another awesome day. So fun here. I'll be a little quiet because there's a class going on in the background, but you got to check this out. Probably one of the best moves ever. Plank, super ugly, super awesome, and super effective. You guys, I got a lot of messages from you guys about shoulder mobility, and now there we go. About shoulder mobility and being able to get into that overhead position, getting pinches across the labrum, all these funky little issues, and a lot of it is, there's a lot of complexity to shoulder mobility. I'm gonna show you some really easy drills because some of you guys are having a hard time getting into some of the shoulder mobilities that I've given you, and that's totally okay. We'll work on that mobility, but I'm gonna give you 3 things to do that's really gonna help reset that shoulder, pull it into the position it's designed to be in, and then reset it into the back of the socket. Remember, that shoulder, when it sits forward, really unstable. When it's super out and open, it sits in that posterior portion of the socket. That shoulder's got a lot of stability. Remember, it's that ball sits in that glenoid fossa. It's got to roll around, so it needs to be centralized. It needs to stay like that because if it starts to ride up on an edge on either side, it starts to chew up that labrum, and then the bones start to get all calcified. The socket gets all calcified. That labrum gets all chewed up. Tissue gets frayed and stressed out. You wind up supraspinatus, infraspinatus. You know, you toss everything into a meat grinder. So we don't want to do that. So I'm going to show you some really cool drills that are going to help with that overhead position. Because what I'm starting to notice with a lot of people, especially with the Open coming up and a lot of the fights coming up, is you guys are giving me these cool messages. But what I'm noticing is a lot of that overhead position tends to be this way versus being able to get your arms overhead. And if you can't get your arms overhead and expose that ear that way, your overhead position is really lacking because you're starting to recover that overhead position by hyperextending. And I'll show you what I'm doing right here so you can see what the hell I'm doing right now. God, I hope I don't get pinched with the sound of the music in the background, but what happens is this is a good shoulder position. When your shoulder position's here and you have to arch back to get overhead, and this becomes the top of your clean, or when you're getting into a muscle up and this is your backswing, you're having a lot of issues with the shoulder mechanics, and then you start to chew that up and it becomes really ineffective. So I'm gonna show you how to fix all that stuff. And a lot of it is just basics, so just melt into that stretch. Remember, 2 minutes, everything's 2 minutes. Hope you guys eat a ton of food at Christmas time, by the way. In case you were wondering, by the way, that dude in the background, see if I can get my little finger right there, that guy right there, that's Travis. Probably one of the most badass gymnasts you'll ever meet, no joke. He's a savage, like scary good. You watch him do things that probably blow your mind. So if you don't follow him, give him a follow. So what I'm gonna do is, you're gonna see I've got a band cinched up right here. We'll get a little closer. And I'm going far on the band for a reason, because what you're gonna do, so the band is at the bottom. You're gonna load up the band, and the band is gonna be distracting. Now, I have the band about 6 inches off the bottom of the rig. You can use a bedpost, you can use anything you want, I don't care. The big thing is, you're gonna do actually internal rotation versus external rotation this time. I know I'm going against everything everybody says, but I want this position because this is where your hand is gonna be at the top of a clean. This is where the open position is when you're loading the lats on a muscle up, and this is a natural position for the shoulder to be in under load. So you're gonna get into basically child's pose. How about I move this, right? I'm all over the board today. It's like I'm candy drunk from all the stuff that you guys keep sending me, which is awesome. No, I don't need candy. So you're just gonna do this. You're gonna try and get your torso as close to the ground as possible while the band is distracting. So the band is loaded up, and all you're gonna do is let it really drag that arm out. So the arm is getting dragged out as far as possible, and you're just gonna push yourself all the way in. You're gonna hang out like this for how long? 2 minutes. And you're gonna shove that chest in as far as you can. That's number one. Here's the cool part. You can stay in the band. You're gonna take this, now you're gonna wind it up. So you're gonna supinate that palm up, and then load up the band again. Now this is where it gets a little complicated. Get into the same position, you're gonna let it drag you down, but the tendency for this one is gonna be to rotate that torso. I don't want you rotating the torso, I want it just to be shoulder, not thoracic spine mobility. You're gonna let it drag you in, and you're just gonna press down in. The band is gonna load up, and you're gonna hang out like this. How long? 2 minutes. Yeah, you know the routine. That's 1 and 2 for mobility. Now I'm gonna show you a funky shoulder reset. Check this out. This is so legit. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna take this, and you're gonna wind up into that external rotation and reset that shoulder so it's more sitting, it's sitting in the posterior portion of the joint where it's most stable, but so the tissues working around it, the sits muscles, right? They're gonna work around it, they're gonna hold that shoulder. You're in that stable position, but you're also telling the brain to recognize that this position is where it's supposed to be, because we have these motor patterns that are just hijacking shoulder mechanics. So now that we've freed up the joint and we've taken away all those little sticky bits, you're gonna take this external rotation all on the outside. You're gonna wind it up as much as you can. You're gonna keep that shoulder blade right here. That's why I have my hand here. You're gonna basically take the shoulder blade and you're gonna peel it away, and then you're gonna arm bar like this, and you're just gonna hang out. How long? 2 minutes. So you're gonna let this, so you're not fighting it. I don't want you pushing it away. I want the weight to actually drive the head of the humerus into the posterior portion of that glenoid fossa, and then just chill. Make a teepee, hang out, listen to the workout, put on some funky music, try and watch TV, good luck with that. Don't mess with your iWatch, because you'll use the other hand, you'll wind up getting kettlebell in the face. You know the iWatch you got for Christmas, or the one that you guys sent me, or the 7 that you guys sent me, which was awesome. And then just camp out, make camp, super camp. Sounds like a band. When you're done, 3 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. When you're done, dump it. It's a kettlebell. It can take the fall, trust me. It's not made out of glass. And that's it. That is super simple, quick and unsticky shoulders. That's it. So you're gonna reset the shoulder in the back, take away a lot of that sticky stuff. It's more of a global mobility. And once you're done, your shoulders are rocking. That's all you gotta do. Hey, I'm Trev, SmashweRx. I'll check you guys out tomorrow. Have an awesome day.